Good morning, everybody. So it's the next day. It's January 13th and I got busy and forgot to get out here and put a row over my spinach. So let me show you what happened to it. So we have some frozen spinach. Well, actually, you know what? I was out here an hour ago and it was frozen and now it's thawing. So we are going to just let it be. And like all of here is still good. But I definitely will need to get out here and cover it tonight or to cover it today. We are going to get some sunshine today. So I don't know if you can tell, but we were down, what, -4 Celsius. And so this here has frozen. So I think what I need to do is I need to get the door put into place and I need to get the air in between here to help give it a little bit more protection. I have some switches here and they go up. So one goes up to the fan and also to what fills in my air, as well as I have one that comes down and over here and goes to the plug-in. But I want to get that on, so I'm just gonna come in here, turn it on, and the air is starting to fill in. So I am just gonna leave that on. That'll give us a little bit extra protection out here in the greenhouse, and then I will get this door put into place today and give it a bit more warmth in here. And I just realized this is pretty tight here. So gotta make sure that's gonna close okay. And get it all in. I've got this here to protect it. I need to get one down below. I have it actually to put it in, so we'll see. But we'll follow up and see what happens. So you see, we've got some sunshine today, so I'm really happy. But as I mentioned in the previous video, we get a lot of clouds here during the winter months. First year we moved here, we had 50% sunshine, which was really, really nice. But now we're not getting that. And what's been happening is, oh, got blue sky over there. So what's been happening over the last few nights is the skies are clearing off at night. There's not a cloud in the sky. You can see the stars and everything. So we've been getting cooler at night. If we had the clouds during the night, we wouldn't be so cold, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna come back, get those jobs done today, and then we'll follow up on this video and see what happens to that spinach. Okay, so today is the 15th, and the spinach has frozen for 3 nights in a row because we've gotten down to, I guess, -6 Celsius, and it is surviving just fine. To me, it's one of the hardiest crops you can grow, and it'll take what you throw at it. And a quick look at the cabbage out here in the cold frame. And these little cabbages are just looking really good. I don't remember if I've mentioned, these are, what is it, Dutch ball head cabbage, and I really like them. Great for coleslaw, salads, etc. Okay, I'm gonna close this one up and we're gonna call it today. So these are the few spinach that I, whoopsie, had left over from when I planted outside. I have to tell you, the ones outside look better than these ones. But I just popped these ones up today. So let's talk about spinach. So spinach is a great plant. I try to grow it pretty much all year except for the hot months. So July, August, I usually don't have it growing except if I'm starting it from seeds, or for seedlings to pot out for fall planting. Now, I do have a problem here in my garden. I get the leaf miner bug. And I find both with my spinach and my beets, the leaf miner bugs go after them. Now with the beets, it doesn't affect the beets themselves, it affects the leaves. But we love to cook with the leaves as well. So what I have done is I've bought some mesh this year so I can cover up my spinach and my beets, hoping that'll keep the leaf miner bugs out of it. But also, if I get my spinach out soon enough, when it's still cool out, and the same thing with my beets, I'm going to start some beets pretty soon too, I think. If I get them out when it's cool enough, then I don't have that issue with the leaf miner bugs. As soon as it starts to warm up, I have issues. So like I said, this year I bought mesh. I'm hoping it's fine enough. I hope they're not in the ground. I don't know. I'm going to try planting them in a different location this year and see what happens, because we like both the spinach and the beet leaves. And if nothing else, if I get a good harvest so that we can freeze them, I'm happy with that. What I had done 2 years ago is I had planted spinach out by our pool in our poolside beds, and I planted in the fall, and I completely forgot I had planted them there. And when we had a cold winter, it got down to, I don't know, it was down to minus 20 Celsius. And then I also had them growing in the greenhouse. So I would go out to the greenhouse and pick them throughout the winter, throw them on top of pizza or put them in an omelet. So it was great. We had spinach all winter long. They didn't really grow. So you want to get that growth before it gets cold. Now, like I said, the ones up top, the snow melted and I went, oh, I got beets. I got spinach. And then it snowed again. And so then I'm like, oh no, what's that going to do to the spinach? When the snow melted again, some of the outer leaves had been damaged. I just picked those all off and the plants grew fantastic. So, I mean, zone 6 down to minus 20 sometimes, and you will have spinach plants survive outside. So it's really hardy. The only issue that I have with spinach is starting it. It drives me crazy. Everything else germinates really quickly. Spinach takes its sweet time. And when I planted the big tray that I have behind me, then that one there, I had like 5 come up. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, where's my spinach? And then, a few days later, I got something else popped up. And it's like, is that spinach or is it not? So it took a long time for the spinach to grow. And so, how long has this been going? A good month and a half, I guess, before I planted it out. And I also, what I did, which I won't do again, is, let me show you. I had put it in this tray. I thought I'll just try it in one big tray, put the soil in there and see what happens. And then of course I've got my black one for holding the water in. What I did determine, it was getting too wet. And you wouldn't realize it. So I won't be doing that again. What I'll do is I'll plant them in a small container where, let me show you, hang on. These here are freezer dishes. You can put food in it, stick them in your freezer. It comes with a plastic lid as well. Let me grab that. Wasn't planning on talking about this. Okay. So, plastic tray, it comes with a lid like this. Now, hopefully you can see, you can see, I've drilled holes in it so the water can escape. So, I put my soil in here, sprinkle my seeds on top, put it down here, because it has like a little ridge here as well. So, the water can drain, and then once I get my little spinaches up, I will prick them out and put them into seed cells. So live and learn, and I need to get more spinach growing right away. Like I said, got to get a head start on all those stupid leaf miner bugs. I am going to try a spray this year too. I'm going to use my essential oils, and I think it's cinnamon, cayenne pepper, and I can't remember, peppermint? I'm not sure. People do it like just with the dried stuff, right? And then it clogs up your sprayers and all that kind of stuff. So I've decided I'm going to try with my essential oils and see how that works and see if it helps. So what I'll do is I'll do a test bed. I'll do spinach and beets in one bed and spinach and beets in another bed. I'll cover one up and I'll spray the other one and see what happens there. So it'll be another trial. But that's it for my spinach and how it's doing right now. I mean, it's still cold. It's only like 1 above Celsius. So it's not very warm, but the spinach, I mean, it may not look great out there, but it has, I mean, it's been frozen like you've put it in the freezer frozen. And as soon as it warms up just a little bit, it just pops back out. And the thing about growing spinach at this time of the year, it's super sweet. It's a really nice tasting spinach. So definitely grow spinach through your winter months. If you have even like plastic cover over it, or in a greenhouse if you have a greenhouse, or like my cold frame outside. Like I said, I plan on, don't know if it was this video, I plan on building more cold frames for next year. And also next year I'm gonna go full out in my greenhouse with all my cool crops for the winter. I'm planning actually building probably like almost like a small greenhouse inside my greenhouse, where I can keep that part warmer and put some heat lamps in it and have some tomatoes growing in there and see how far I can go. We just ate our last tomato from the garden last week. So, I mean, we're in the middle, well, that would have been the first week of January. You want to get your tomatoes at least half ripe. You can pick them green. They're going to stay, when they ripen, they're going to taste like grocery tomatoes. They're not going to have that flavor that you really like. So I'm going to see what I can do in the greenhouse next year with my tomatoes. So make sure and stay tuned. And I wasn't going to do a garden video this week, but actually this is the first one. The light keeps changing here. This is the first one. I'm also going to show you the seeds in my next video of what I got from Vessie's and just talk about that. And I need to go through my seeds really, really, really bad that I already have here. So hopefully this Sunday I might be able to get through that and see what I'm going to grow and what I'm not going to grow, and I'll tell you why. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.